found bosses now. Does that make her
Top left. What up?
No idle chit-chat. I know who you are. But I cannot do it while the place I am bound to... All this is your doing. I have neither the time nor... Your assumption is accurate, and I shall judge the outcome of your act. I need the chaos you've brought here, but before you begin, you can't be distracted by unfinished business. You must enter my after images. I am pleased the path to the up. I know, but you... They are vision. They were your... The no... here. I wish... No. And have you... For...
Stand down, Captain. Turn back now, and perhaps off.
I'm long.
Insolent.
Look, I've no quarrel with you, sir. Now, so...
I will be your downfall.
Traitors don't get mercy.
Here's just a flesh.
Traitors don't get mercy. I won't kill you. I won't.
Thank you for the rescue, Captain. I won't ask if you understand the... Since you've already stained your hands with the blood of the Knights of the...
Most of my peers were annihilated by those four-armed. Watching your quartermaster get ripped apart gives you perspective. A shitty bloody perspective, but a perspective.
It does, doesn't it? As for me, I've known nothing else. I don't remember my parents. But I remember I may have been born here. We have to face facts. This war is... It's time we went home. Our true...
Recklessly, huh? Sometimes I forget your lot doesn't remember the Red Death.
The Red Death...
Let me finish. Before you... I'm talking about perspective. The way I see it. Coming to Avalon. But the one before? Avalon isn't.
Then you'll help us. You'll command the fleet.
I will. Steering the ships back to the homelands won't be easy. I don't want to die in this wretched, miserable land.
You won't, Captain. I swear it. I'll see to it we all live to see the shores of the homeland.
You shouldn't promise.
Merlin, where are you? I swear if this is another one of your lessons... Merlin, I don't have time for your games!
That, my dear, was a threat. There are beings created to maintain order between worlds. Even King Arthur himself would struggle to win a duel against one. I wanted to show you what you might face if you continue with your plan to leave Avalon. There's no telling how many of them may be waiting on the shores of the homelands.
And that foolish duel with an illusion was supposed to scare me. I've outgrown your games, Merlin. I'm no longer a little girl who needs to be tested. Even if creatures like the Threshold Wardens exist, I made up my mind.
Nimue, child. You're making a mistake.
Don't call me a child! I'm not making a mistake. I'm fixing yours. I know you thought you were doing the right thing by coming to this island. But the things you and Arthur do now are horrifying. You call it survival, but you're killing the very world you claim to save. You bend life and death to your will and call it wisdom. But all I see is madness, dressed as progress. Even if you somehow made Avalon habitable, you're building its foundations on piles of sacrificed bodies. And how exactly does that make us any different from the Four Dwellers? How could anyone live here?
I know this war has been long. Yes, blood was spilled, but the land will absorb. Arthur and I are working tired. You just...
Oh, the solution, of course. You know my answer, Master Merlin. So let me say it again. You can imprison me. These things you have planned won't bring us victory. They'll only rewrite. They break the cycle of nature. So yes,
The homelands are not your home. For you, do you think people chose to leave everything they knew? The Red Death was killing us.
how is that any different? I've watched people die to this senseless war, and plagues come and go. It's been years.
I see you won't listen to reason.
I could say the same about you. You and your precious Arthur can do whatever you please. We're going home.
That's where you're wrong. Perhaps sometime in a cell will cool your temper.
What? No, you can't!
I can, and I will. His poor wife. I hope she found some solace. You would have died screaming at the Red Death. This sin is mercy. Grief. This desperation. We should have never have let it come to this. I should have acted sooner.
Merlin, my scouts reported back about Lear and Nimue's rebellion. They say their demand is that Saras and the other ships be allowed to sail away from Avalon. Are they out of their minds? I held children dying of the Red Death in my arms. I watched them. The homelands are ruined, poisoned, and they...
My king, I agree. This is suicide. And yet, Nimue Lear...
On that we agree. But if they choose to go, I'll let them. Let them choose their fate. If they refuse to believe the danger, I'm tired, Merlin.
Nimue is young. Fool, they can all be There must be another way. A better way than simply letting them die for...
Another way? How many more? I know what drives them. I've also looked into, and I know what Nimue thinks of our efforts to keep. Yet if she can't see the reason behind, if she cannot accept that war is never a clean affair, then if it costs me my peace, so be it. Give them
You would send them to die just to prove there's no...
No. I'd make an example of them. They can't. That said, I will not, and if they die in the process...
My king, let me speak with her.
Do as you wish. Give them ships. Burn the rest. I have a war to finish.
When Nimue and Captain Lear set sail for the homelands with the rebels, Merlin did the only thing he could to save them. Through a powerful spell, he sealed the entire fleet. Drawing on Nimue's magical potential as its source of power, flashes of light tore through the storm as the ships vanished beneath the raging sea, swallowed by the depths before anyone could understand what had happened. To the world, it looked like mass murder, a cruel punishment for desertion, but in truth, Merlin had saved them, allowing Saras to become its own kingdom, far from the weirdness and the dangers of Avalon.
You're back, child of the surface. I sensed you the calm I feel now tells me that all is correct. Thank you. I trusted it wouldn't happen. I didn't know exactly what... Never before. A war story, you say? Fascinating. I have no access to the contents of an after-image. I can sense the after-images as if they were parts of my own body. I know where it hurts, but... Yes. Now that the after-images, the melody of the organ will sound again. I only hope you know what that entails.
Toplander. This one is glad the folk of Tungo departed into the bosom of the Lord of the Depths. And this one, so... It was had this one not carried out the slaughter. Only one who has amassed sufficient... This one was ready to... Rugo is of no consequence. The archive, this one is... The Toplander again is a... Knowledge and perhaps maybe this one time the This one expected that a hot... This one will gladly after the Toplander who has already visited the archive is defeated. The path to infinite knowledge will be open for this one. Let us fight.
wouldn't believe the bloody... I went with Lee of the tree on hop.
What is it you seek? I prefer for the law. But it's you and their fate, and you are... Come to me, so, and as... I know, lady, and if... What?
That has been my suspicion. This place hums with I only needed proof. It seems I did, but I can understand it. In wartime, showing the war was nearing its end by letting some sail and sinking the rest, I prevented more from fleeing. And he did. I told him to sink the ships, and he did. And if that, though I wonder what fate awaits when that time comes. Shell named Hiss never inspired my... No. I know Tumbo followed laws that we as serf... I don't think I ever want... I only hope the people of...
I'm...
Yeah.
Welcome. Everyone is ready to play. But tell me, from where you're headed, there is no return. Well, we will face... The melody of the organ will resonate through. Its sound will awaken our captain, Lear, the one who calls to you. Of course, I knew it was you who, believing you doomed us, you who granted us both that all of this is... I would not presume to guess, but I believe you will find the answers you seek. This is why You will learn. Perhaps we'll meet again. But that depends on the choice you make. I served all at one. God, it is tough. This sound. Sarah says...
Go on then. I only hope that whatever decision Lady Ni...
Give Lady Nimue my deepest respect.
How'd you like the playing, stranger? On second thoughts, don't answer. I was about to wish you luck, so let's leave it at that.
Traitor, it was your command that duped you, I suppose, to let us go. A traitor's yet what difference does... And what kind of king is he? I can feel that, and by the almighty Lord of the Seas, I despise your pity. If the will of the Lord of the Seas had bound us, but I know this. Of all the great figures, and gladly I offer your souls to the glory of the Lord. No one is permitted to enter Lady Nimue's chambers. I swore to God. Know this. in a way, we are avenged, Saras. How... Do not, immortal is even... But, I just... If, but...
I've been wondering when your presence has rippled through. I know I am in every part of these depths. Swimming with watching over Lear in his slumber. Tell me. It is. All he gave me that. Ever since I was I couldn't say how long it's been. 600 years. Still, if you're here, at least the new children of... Tell me. That brings me no joy. I always believed nothing good would come from staying on Avalon. To meddle with the laws of nature. Our ancestors should never, every time I raised it. And now, it's here anyway. My troubled youth, you mean? If I feel I'm paying for my stubborn, I'm afraid the truth is less dramatic. I was tired. They stole our future before our lives even had a chance to begin. At least his betrayal gave me time to wreck something better than what we left on the surface. Saved. And am I supposed to be great? What kind of logic drove him to that? Just because they didn't rest in peace? I don't understand. If he knew that would happen, that I can believe. I prayed he would spare me that fate. That's why I tried so hard to be strong. All my life, Gods. Merlin said I was too young, that I didn't know the world. Of course I didn't. How could I? I'd had enough suffering, and he wanted me to add to it. He didn't care about the future. Did he succeed in the long run? Aren't you here because the world is on the brink of collapse? It's easy to judge with hindsight. History does love its circles, I see. Far be it from me to begrudge anyone wanting to leave these miserable shores. You do know the fleet is, and for Saras to fall. It was. What happens on the surface, I have my... Perhaps. Do you think Tumbo's thirst for knowledge, or that the creatures of the Ulcerate feel the need to prove I am them? You don't pull your... What I want doesn't really matter, but if you truly wish to know, yet I wouldn't mind it either if it were... Thank you. I truly...
What have you done? This was not meant to be. Saras was meant to be freed, and us along with it. You wanted answers. This is your answer. I curse you, Arthur, for this accursed undeath in this accursed realm. 1,000-fold I curse you. You were meant to free us from this endless agony. If Saras is to remain, then I will make sure you become one with it.
The long-awaited change that Josephus and the other denizens of Saras yearned for never came to pass. Those in the sanctuary went on as they always had, tending to their knowledge, raising the Lord's offspring, hidden from the wider world. The sanctuary drifted on in its quiet bubble, peaceful and undisturbed, steady in its ways.
If I take that... No. And you perhaps...
You had the cheek to disturb my lady. But you see, she cannot leave this place. No, no. She must remain in the depths. Worry not, my beloved. No one will trouble us anymore. With you, I shall drown forever. You'll learn what it's like to sink forever.
Being set free into the vast sea was, at first, not easy for the denizens of Saras. They struggled in a space that lacked the structure and order once kept by Nimue and the first crew. In time, however, they grew used to their newfound freedom and spread far and wide, slowly forgetting the place of their origin.
come here. Good to see you, stranger. A weird night hit, and I ran out. I'm Kedron, of the Volca tribe, by the way. Just don't tell me you're a Camelosian. Bold of you. But since you're already here, and to answer the question you haven't asked yet. Oh, you could. I need you to find Gerfan and inform him he's also the one who can grant you safe passage. The capital, you can't miss it. It used to be the place where all the tribes came to head for the sword on the Gerfan is the voice of the tribes. They say Mather herself blessed the runes of his fate. Nah, but I'll give him this. He still believes. Still tries to. The tribes are too busy tearing each other apart. There's no future left. Still. A gathering used to happen in times of peace or war, but there hasn't been one in years. Not from long ago. From back when I was there when Tankard slammed in Unity. Gerf trusted me. Told me things he never shared. But things change. You'll meet plenty of... I'll be fine. Sure. No need to gossip. Though I'll admit, it was nice. Don't keep Gerf.